week.
Heck yeah, have fun, don't eat anyone. I'm just gonna be on Reddit. Make sure you push it in front. They got a very strong kick.
Wow, man, I've seen one of those in a hot minute.
There were 3 people with these things at MFF.
Furries are tech nerds.
Yeah, pretty much.
Say ah. Got it. And chomp. Oh, you dropped your chicken. Got it. Good boy. Chomp. Right there. You can do it.
Just mess around.
We're like the scene in the first Jurassic Park.
Yes. Yes. Oh God, I wouldn't have gotten that close.
It's a little bit freakier the closer.
Good dog walked right in front of my shot.
First time.
That's a
Oh yeah.
Description!
oh god, no.
Very good.
Hold on.
My grandma's watching. Hi, Graham.
Did you just see him assault me?
We're witnesses!
My hands are hot. I like your I like that.
I like your head. It's awesome.
Thanks.
Hi. Are you recording right now?
Yes, I think, yeah.
Hello. You're, yeah.
Played that on like...
Yes. Like it or not.
By like 3 decades, probably.
I gotcha. Oh man, if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess.
Yep. I like the aesthetic.
Probably have to deal with a lot less than I do, honestly. One thing goes out of whack, I'm out of a job.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see if I can let's get you back in frame. There we go.
Yeah, a little too much.
Don't kill. No, don't kill. Yeah, I know. Too small. I see you later. Bye bye.
Just messing with you. Squawk! Welcome to Furry Fiesta 2020 opening ceremonies. The official beginning of Furry Fiesta 2020, other than everything that happened yesterday. So welcome. First, I want to announce that there is no theme this year. Any rumors of some sort of kaiju attack are completely overblown. There is no threat of some giant stompy monster showing up. The beaches will be open.
Government propaganda!
I think we need a bit more energy in this room. How about this? Every time I say furry, you say fiesta. Furry! Fiesta! Furry! Fiesta! Furry! Fiesta! Okay, let's try this side of the room and then this side of the room. Furry! Fiesta! Furry! Fiesta! Come on, guys. I know there's like 4 of you, but come on! The theme this year is Kaiju Attack, so you may have seen all sorts of art around the convention. There's so much amazing work goes into the theme. I want to personally thank the theme committee. So if you see all the giant buildings and backgrounds and the toys, I just love this theme. It's just so iconic of having these Japanese stompy monsters that influence so many other things in pop culture. So we wanted to celebrate that, and I hope you enjoy that theme. I also want to welcome our guests of honor. So the guests of honor are people that we feel have really influenced furry for the better. There's so many amazing people in this community, and that's what furry is built upon, community. We all come together to create this thing. Unlike basically any other fandom convention, furry is self-contained. We don't have some other company saying, this is what our fandom is. This is canon. The things that you create are just fan creations. They're not real. They're not part of it. It's external. But furry is internal. Because we create us. We shape what we want to see. There's no other person saying this is or isn't furry. If you say you're furry, you're furry. And there are so many amazing creators that it's impossible to just pick a handful. We somehow didn't narrow it down. And art has always been just an amazing part of this community. Art is where it began. And art is what continues. Pink Gator Press is our first guest of honor. So if we can get Pink Gator Press up here. Welcome.
Hello.
Want to have a seat? We can
Okay,
just
yeah.
have a quick sit-down conversation with nobody watching us.
Okay, sure, yeah.
First, introduce yourself. Tell these people who you are.
Hi, I'm Men of Pink Gator Press. Me and my fiance have been doing the business together for quite a few years. I've been coming to Furry Fiesta for, I think, since it's like 2nd year. So I love coming back here. I always will every time. When they approached me and said, hey, we recognize you and, you know, we appreciate that you bring art here every year and continue to do it. How would you like to do it officially? And I said, hell yeah!
Yes. So, how did you get into furry?
I think I was on, not quite YouTube, but something like YouTube, way back before YouTube was a thing. And I saw a video of like somebody at an anime convention with something that looked like a dog, and I said, I want that. I didn't know you could dress up at things that weren't already existing characters, you know? And then by the time I went to high school, I had met other furries, and they said, yeah, that's really a thing. It has a name. So now I'm here, and now I've been doing this since I was like, you know, 13, 12 years old.
And have you been doing art longer than that? Or?
Oh, yeah. Like, I've been drawing since I could hold a pencil, but officially I definitely started publishing and selling and signing artwork since 2009.
Awesome. Where can people find you at throughout this convention?
I have stuff in the art show, in the grown-up section, but it's there. I'm doing a panel, I'm assisting with a panel tonight on what to do if you've never done an art show before. So if you have any questions about how to get set up, how to do it, how it works, what you need, I'll be there to help answer questions about stuff like that, because I've done that every year since I've come. So tomorrow at 10 a.m. for all the morning people, I have a panel where I talk about body diversity in artwork and the lack thereof. So I'm going to be giving like tips and tricks on how to make all of your characters look different from each other when standing next to each other.
I love that most of our life, 10 a.m. is a nice casual, I get to sleep in, and at a furry convention, 10 a.m. is, oh, I've got to get up so early. Why? And where else they can find you?
I'm doing another panel Saturday very late at night called Iron Artist. That's for more mature audiences. If any of you have been to it before, you already know me, you've met me there, you know what I'm about, you know who I am, you know I'm very different than I am on stage.
That's fine. I would rather you be different there than here.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
Honestly, I'm just happy to be here, and I appreciate that y'all come every year and make this a thing, and because you're here, I have the opportunity to do this, so thank you so much. You support me, my livelihood, my business. I do this full time. I couldn't do it without y'all, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Men, Think Gator Press. Art, drawn art, is only one aspect of the creativity that you see in the fandom. There are so many aspects, so much goes on. And of course, one of the most visually striking elements is, of course, the fursuits. There are an amazing number of fursuits. The quality gets better every year. We see more of them every year, more creative. And that's amazing. I love watching the fandom grow and evolve. I've been a furry for 20 years, and the fursuits when I joined were very few and far between, and they were largely mascots. Now it is absolutely incredible seeing some in the audience, others on the floor, and one of the people that has been instrumental in helping shape that community is Twinkie Arts. So I'm going to get Twinkie Arts up here. Have a seat. Welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Irma, aka Tweeko.
Welcome, Tweeko.
I am the owner and maker of Twinkie Arts.
Awesome. So, how long have you been in furry?
I have been in furry for almost 10 years.
Wow. And how did you find furry?
I have to thank YouTube for that one.
Oh, yes.
It was just like this random day I came across a video, and I think it was an AC Fursuit Parade video.
Oh, yes.
And I think it was like 2009 or something like that. So I clicked on it, and I looked at it, and I was like, wow, those are cool.
Right?
I want to know more about that. So I did the research, and there you go, fursuits, and I wanted to make my own one. So at the time, it was just like a hobby of mine.
Of course.
To see it. And at that time, there was barely any tutorials or anything, so I literally had to sit there and learn from the ground up how to build a fursuit.
That's been one of the keys for watching fursuits evolve is that more and more makers are getting into the space because more and more amazing creators have put out tutorials and explained how to do it and shared that knowledge. So you started making your first fursuit in 2009, or did you wait a little bit?
No, it was like mid-2010.
Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, at the time, it was just for hobby, and I came across a client who wanted to commission, and I was like, okay, you really like my art? That much, you want to commission? Okay. Speaking of that client, that's my husband now.
That's amazing. Is this your first Furry Fiesta?
This is my very first Furry Fiesta and my very first guest of honor.
Welcome. Is there, where can people find you throughout the convention?
I will have a dealer's den table. Right now it's closed, but once we're done with this, we'll open it up for everybody. That'll be throughout the whole weekend. I'll have a panel for fursuit maker meet and greet. So if you guys are a maker and you would like to meet other makers, come on down. That will be at 2:30 today.
Awesome.
Tomorrow I'll have a fursuit maintenance and care panel. If you guys are wanting to know how to take care of these suits, come please. I will teach you.
They require a lot of care, don't they?
Yes, they do. That will be at like, I think 4:30 tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you guys are really wanting to know how to do that, please come.
Awesome. Anything else?
No, I'm just really happy to be here.
Awesome.
I'm delighted. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, if you haven't seen their fursuits, they are incredible, and I highly recommend checking them out. Speaking of fursuits and content, one of the most incredible unifiers of furry, as the previous two have noted, is YouTube and other ways to share videos and information. And our next guest of honor has really stepped up in that realm, makes YouTube videos and content in many other areas. I would love to introduce to you Kiwi Fox. Welcome, Kiwi. Here's a stick for you. Hugs. Hugs are amazing. Have a seat, if you can. I know how difficult it can be to move in a fursuit.
So I'm not usually a fan of shoving mics in my mouth, but here we go.
Yeah, of course. So, first, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
So for those of you that don't know me, I go by Kiwi or Kiwi Fox, and I started in the fandom as just a YouTube content creator, and that has branched out to many other avenues where I now do content on Twitch, as well as at events now where I do a lot of panels. I'm also a musician, where I play bass for Run Definitely Run, and overall, yes, I just try to branch out into as many areas of furry as I can now.
How did you find Furrier?
So, it all began long ago.
In the long, long ago, in the before times.
Before YouTube. It was actually 2003 when I was still really big into anime, and there's a particular anime, you may not have heard of it, called Inuyasha.
That's the one with the fighting and the Dragon Balls?
And like 167 episodes, 4 movies, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't watched all of it, what are you talking about?
Of course not.
And I really fell in love with how a character could have animalistic qualities but still be human. So I really started searching up like different artwork and things like that, and I found Furry. It was a website called the Furry Forums, actually.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I do.
I was a moderator back in the day.
I'm so sorry.
Me too. So that means we're going on probably 17 years of Furry now. And it has been an incredible journey because it wasn't until the early 2010s when I really stopped lurking and got active in the fandom.
Yes, same actually. So, where can people find you throughout the event?
So for TFF, I'm going to be quite a few places. Today I have a panel at 1:30. It's going to be kind of a not so usual meet and greet for myself. And then at 7:30 this evening, there's the Run Definitely Run concert here in Main Stage featuring myself, Nero, Ace of Hearts, Omnom, and we're going to have Roman on drums.
Excellent.
And then, thank you. You had mentioned how 10 o'clock is too early.
Yes.
I also have a panel tomorrow at 9 a.m.
So that's not early morning, that's late night.
I'm not going to sleep, I'm just going to stay awake for that. And that one's actually going to be, it's called Convention Planning 101, and it's something I've been getting a lot of questions about on YouTube and my Twitch streams where people are like, how do you go to so many cons? How do you afford this? And so the panel's going to really outline how you can do more events on a budget and be smart about your travel and convention experience.
And we wanted to keep it a secret, that's why we put it at 9 a.m.
Thank you for that.
Anything else?
The only other thing would be, I also have a dealer's table here, and if you want to go down there and harass Majira, he's sitting there right now. Right?
Yes.
So it's just a fun little thing we did because we're like, they gave us a table, why not put stuff on it for sale? So Come by, say hi, I'll be there as much as I can if I'm not already at a panel. Otherwise, just find me walking around the con, come say hi, and I'm happy to take pictures and give hugs whenever.
Well, I mean, I figure you're the real Majira because he's never worn a fursuit.
So it's true. He actually admits his new suit, I wear it more than he does. It's because he doesn't want to go out. He wants to sleep all the time.
Sure. He'll be asleep at 9 a.m., I'm sure, and 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
He might be asleep at the table right now.
Probably. So, thank you very much, Kiwi.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. So those are our amazing guests of honor. Make sure to check out their panels and their events and swing by and say hi when you get a chance. They are all amazing people, and we're honored to have them here. Speaking of honored, I would be remiss without bringing up one of the most important aspects of our fandom and our convention, which is our charity work. We love this charity. CARE, the Center for Animal Research and Education, is it used to be a cat rescue, but it is now an exotic animal rescue, and they take in animals and give them the love and care and space they deserve. So I'd like to welcome up Derek from CARE.
Okay, test. Hey, hello furries, how are you? Wonderful. It's so great to be back here again. It's so great to see all of the faces and the fursuits, and it's just a fantastic event to be a part of. We've had the honor of being able to be a part of the TFF celebrations every year since you guys started here in Dallas at the little bitty hotel 2 hotels ago back in 2008. And it's like, CARE and Furry Fiesta, it's almost like we're becoming like an old married couple at this point. It's like a one-sided relationship too. We're living together, you're paying all the bills, we're leaving our tiger poop everywhere. Like, can you clean that up? Like, yeah, look, it's fine, give me money. But here's the thing, we wouldn't be able to do what it is that we do without folks like yourselves coming through and helping us out in a big way. It's a weird phenomenon with nonprofit organizations, with any sort of kind of, even business type stuff. It's that you have to kind of look the part to be able to actually get more and more support. Meaning, if you look too scruffy and if you look too rough around the edges, as an organization, if your I's aren't dotted and your T's aren't crossed, then people might, question whether or not to give their money to you. And for a long time, we focused so heavily on taking care of the cats, and we operated off of a shoestring budget that so many of the other aspects of our organization, we just didn't have the energy or the finances or the resources, the ability to kind of grow and expand the other professional parameters of care, so to speak. But you folks came in, and then you were able to infuse us with that energy, with those resources, with that support. And we were able to continue to build the facility, not just building more fences and building more enclosures and rescuing more cats, which is what we've done over the last few years, but we've been able to add on staff. We've been able to increase our overhead. We've been able to reach more individuals and put out more marketing, and then it creates that idea that, hey, look, you're a well put together show right over there. A couple of years ago, you were kind of a weird hobo selling pencils underneath like a highway overpass. Well, you guys kind of helped us out with that. We'll always be thankful. Always. I wrote a bunch of notes on a piece of cardboard that I found backstage. That's how prepared that I am. So, at CARE, we're a nonprofit organization. We take care of exotic animals, primarily big cats, lions, tigers, leopards, cougars. We've got 40 cats. Yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot. Do we have any cats here? Yeah. Do we have any tigers? No? Lions? They don't come with leopards? Service? No, okay. Do we have, we've also got some llamas, taurus, lemurs. We've got a number of different animals. And they come here and we give them a permanent home, and that's it. That's it. We take care of them and we love them, and that's it. That's it. So, I guess that's funny because really it's like, it was me basically. I was gonna say something. I was thinking about what it is the next thing I was gonna say, but then it just sounds like, yeah, just applause, clap from me. That's not it. I lost my train of thought. So thank you, appreciate it. We ended up getting. We ended up getting 4 little ones, some little tiger cubs recently. For those of you that have seen some of our social media, we took them in, we rescued them. There was a facility that had a lot of different kind of breeding kind of things that were going on. That facility got taken over by new owners, and the new owners are trying to basically kind of clean up shop. And they wanted to make sure that the animals that they were taking over and taking care of ended up going to good places and good homes. And then they reached out to us and they said, we have 4 tiger cubs. Would you want them? Can you take care of them? And we said, yeah, we'll do that. Absolutely. We had a naming auction. We raised money by allowing different donors to actually choose the tigers' names, which was interesting because the names that they ended up choosing, there's 3 boys and then there's 1 girl. And the girl, her name is Kel. Keenan and Kel. Maybe she likes orange soda. She is tiger. Orange. Who knows? Kel. And then there's Idris, because the person who donated, favorite actor is Idris Elba. So that's that. And then we got Kona. And then Leon, which is Spanish for lion. For a tiger. So we started actually kind of like adding like kind of different like auxiliary names, additional names to the 4 cubs. And like Kel, she's a little bit of a firebrand. She likes to bite stuff, firecracker, like a cinder, like a cinder, an ember, like a burning kind of thing. So cinder Kella. That was like an additional. It was like a care add-on, right there. And then Heidi. started calling Idris Khan because Idris Elba voiced Khan in the Jungle Book, right? Because, oh yeah, Idris Khan, we call him Khan. Yeah, there you go. And then Heidi and Destiny were calling Leon, they wanted to call him Bandit. That's when we first got him and they didn't have names, we called him Bandit. And then that eventually morphed into Senor Leon Bandito. Senor Leon Bandito, thief of hearts. And then Kona, the last one, I was looking at him, I'm just like, this is Fred Kona. That's him, Fred. Everyone, and like so many people hated it. Like my wife hated it, she's like, stop calling him Fred. I'm just like, it's already done. It's already done. I'm doing it on the internet, I'm saying it all over, and now all of a sudden, like people start like commenting it, Fred. And then, you know, actually people, I feel bad because the stuff that I do online oftentimes gets messaged to like Jamie and Heidi, and they're just like angry emails like, why are you naming a tiger Fred? And tigers are supposed to be beautiful and glorious animals. And then Heidi and Jamie are like, we have nothing to do with this. That's Derek. He's an absolute idiot. Fred. So yeah. Yeah, we have a special thing that we're going to be doing for you folks, and that's with one of the little guys, Senor Leon Bandito, Thief of Hearts. We have our sponsorship program, we have an adoption program, and for organizations, I'm not even really sure, like exactly, because you know you already have like a mascot. It's the TFF Jackalope, which is good mascot and everything. But Senor Leon Bandito, it's going to be like the TFF, the official TFF. Maybe you can call him like, you know, your spiritual guide tiger. I don't know, something like that. Your spiritual leader. You can ask him for advice and he'll go back at you. Yeah, you can take turns, you know, like taking him around. Almost like you have to, no, I'm kidding. That's not what I'm going to do. But, yeah, any other organizations, any other furry conventions or anything like that being like, hey, can we have Leon as a guide tiger? We'll be like, nah, get out of here. That's TFF's. It's Leon. Hey, the lunchtime. Yeah. So, yeah. No one else can have Senor Leon Bandito, the Thief of Hearts. He belongs to the furries at TFF in Dallas. He's yours. And with that, we make videos every year for y'all, just as a show of thanks because of the support that you guys do. And in line with the theme, the kaiju theme, we were able to, you know, capture some footage of what looked to be Senor Leon Bandito destroying what looked to be I looked outside, the city seems fine. Dallas seems okay, but like on that video, man, he was tearing Dallas up. Something good. That's your baby. That's your baby. All right. I literally just transferred the video to the video guys like 5 minutes ago. I know, like I said, it's a bad marriage sometimes. We're gonna have to go to couple counseling. And I know who the problem is. So we have video, and yeah, I guess if it's ready, then we're ready. Is it ready? All right, let's go. may have been serving or some of you to watch the violence instructions, so I apologize for that. It was pretty convincing replica of Dallas, right? I spent a Saturday spraying painting those boxes in my backyard, looking at a picture on my phone, just being like, yeah, I guess so. I don't know if you know this, but we hung up some. We actually bought, like, no kidding, like some cloud, blue sky cloud backdrops. We hung them up on a thing, and they wanted to just tear them down, and that was our sky, and we were trying to spin the illusion. But anyway, we love you guys, and we're gonna be down at the Thursday. So I'm gonna come back and say hi. We'll be down there. But looking forward to working with Buck, Grim, Shave, of course, and yeah, thank you guys for everything that you did so far, everything that you're gonna do.
Let's see. Ah, they got that one. All right. Hey, how everybody doing? All right, you guys may not know me. I am Bitter Grim. I am taking over for Jace. He is retired from charity. I am the new charity lead. I'm going to be working with you guys starting from now on for this year. I'm going to be working closely with Care and everybody else. But we got a lot of changes going on this year. You may have noticed the Plinko is no longer associated with the volunteer table. If you guys go out there, we actually got our presence there this year. We have our table set up. So if you have a donation for our charity or just want to stop by and ask me questions about what we do with your charitable donations, come by. We're on the left-hand side, and you're going to see our Plinko board there. Now, you may have noticed something. Who loves Plinko? Raise your hand. Quite a few of you. But guys, here's something you don't know. That Plinko board, she's going bye-bye. Yes. There's a reason. Plinko board version 2.0 will be unveiled next year. Yeah. We're going to have a bunch of new games and activities happening next year, guys. So if you get a chance, come by and play Plinko with us for the last time. Get the nostalgia going. Play a couple games, help us raise that money. Now, who knows how much money we raised last year? Anybody? Nobody? We raised $31,000. $31,000 last year. I want to smash that number. Yeah. So, this year, guys, we have a lot of events going on. So if you have the guidebook, take a look at it. Like tonight, we have, after the super sponsor dinner, we have the Laughing Jackalope Comedy Club. We've got a couple fun people there that are going to be telling some jokes for charity. If you guys want to help us out, raise money, stop in there. You may know a few names there. We've got Fox and Pepper going to be going in there with some jokes. I'm a little worried about that one. We'll see how this goes. You know this too. And we're all going to have a couple folks that have never done this before. They're a little scared. I'm not going to tell their name until it's that time. They're going to be there. We're also going to have an open mic at the end of that. For anybody that wants to try their hand at telling jokes, we are going to open that mic up for you guys to come out, try it out, and see how well you do. We'll also have a couple buckets. If you have an act on our higher end that you want to see come back for next year for the comedy club, we will have those buckets there. If you drop a donation there, tell us how well they did. If you also go there, we're going to have an exclusive ribbon for the comedy club. So be sure to stop there and get your ribbon as well. Tonight we also have the drag show at 9 p.m. Who's going to go to the drag show? Anybody? I'm going to go. I've been trying to go for years. I never go. Now, and we also got at midnight, if you're still awake, I know a lot of you are, we got the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So be sure to go to that too, guys. Now, on Saturday, I've got one major event we've got going on. It's Mystery Science Furs 3000. Yeah, here's a funny thing. We got Sable to agree to do this. So we're going to put him up there. The movie that we're going to be watching is the original Mothra. Oh, this is going to be funny. I don't know if they've all seen it yet. I've seen it. You can see the wires. I'm just saying. On Sunday, now this is the fun thing, guys. On Sunday, we've got charity poker tournament at 1 o'clock to 5. So if you guys plan on helping us raise some money by playing some poker, you can go over there. It's going to be at least a $20 donation if you want to get in on that tournament. They have a lot of prizes. I've given them almost 15 prizes this year. So almost everybody that plays should get something out of that tournament. We have the charity auction on Sunday at 2 o'clock till 4:30. We have got to crank out the money, so that's the best time. I've got a lot of items that are going up for auction. Just to name a few, we got a pin set that was donated that is got a bunch of rare pins. And you'll see another set of pins down in the artist auction down there. If you go in there, you're going to see a huge board that's got a bunch of pins on it, guys. On that board is just one set. We have a rare set and then their Patreon set of pins that you can only get being a Patreon. Those pin sets will be auctioned off separately. And we also have a book writer that has donated this year. Who knows Mercedes Lackey? Anybody? Mercedes Lackey is a friend of mine. I asked her for a favor. She came through. She has handwritten and hand-signed a couple books for us. Here's the problem. They're in Japanese. They are exclusive books that were never released in the United States. There's a full set of them. She has been gracious enough to donate these books, so if you get a chance, we may have them in the main auction, or we may just have them at closing ceremonies. Who knows? We'll see how fast we can get through it. But guys, thank you so much for everything you do for our charity. Thank you for helping us raise all this money, and we'll see you at all the events.
Squawk! Meow! Cats are half griffin. I can meow. So, there's a bit going on in the background that I just wanted to talk about. So we are now a 501c3 charity. That really helps us carry on our mission of promoting the arts, which all of this is. And part of that was that the easiest way to do that transition, because super boring tax law, was to spin up a new parent organization and tear down the old one. So the old organization was the Dallas Regional Anthropomorphic Meeting Association, or DRAMA. And that was the parent organization that carried us through the first 10 years. And then we spun up a new organization called Creature Arts. The reason I bring this up is that with that, some of our old staff were kind of stepping down, and we wanted to welcome up the president of the board. You may know her, Shiva. Just say a couple words on that. So Shiva, if you want to come up. Shiva. She runs the dealer's den if you don't recognize her.
So, hello everybody. How cute is Leon? I can confirm he is that cute in person. I have seen him myself. He is adorable and he's now ours. Quote. We don't get to keep him. All right, so we are now a 501c3, which is boring tax speak for a nonprofit charity. It doesn't mean a lot to you guys, it just means a lot for us in tax laws, and it's boring. So, but it means that we've had to change the guard a little. It's made for a lot of changes in the background. You guys, I mean, it's pretty boring stuff. But it also means that we can do a couple neat things that due to the changes that we weren't able to do before. So I'd like to call to the stage one guardian. Yep, come on. So, if people don't know Guardian, he is one of the founders of TFF, if not, I think probably the two. I joined TFF in May of 2008, and it was already trucking along by that point in time. And this is the gentleman who brought me along to, hey, you want to go see a tiger sanctuary? Okay. And then I rode out to him an hour and a half, saw a bunch of tigers, and he let me on that we were considering taking on CARE as our charity for the con. Great trip, obviously. And time has gone on. So Furry Fiesta started in an apartment with 12 people or so. He's one of them. And he has been one of the backbones of our organization to date. He also used to be on the board. He is now not. We couldn't do things because he's on the board. And now he's not. So now we're doing something. Starting up Furry Fiesta, we had 10 lifetime badges. This is how we raise money for our first deposit on the hotel. At closing ceremonies of our first Furry Fiesta, we auctioned off our 11th Guardian. We would like to give you our 12th lifetime badge. For now, whether you burn out and fade away, you will always have Furry Fiesta. Without this band, there would be no Furry Fiesta. He has been our conscience. He has been our guide. He has made sure that we'd adhere to things that we wouldn't have forgotten. If we've ever wondered why TFF is as well organized as we are, this is the man. He put us on the right track, and we have stayed there. This is the soul of Furry Fiesta from the time it started to today. Big applause for him, please. If you want to talk, you can. If not, congratulations.
I think I've actually got a cry for once. Hi, it's been fun. I'm not going away anytime soon. I've had to step back because, you know, life gets busy, but I'm glad everyone's here. I'm glad you're having fun. That's what we were for.
Thank you, Sheba. Thank you, Guardian, for everything both of you have done. Moving on to something a little more lighthearted. How many of you is this your first furry convention? How many of you have seen your first fursuit in the last couple days? One person. Excellent. So I want to refresh the rest of you on how to interact with fursuiters if you encounter them in the wild. So I want to welcome up Om and Splat to help me demonstrate the do's and don'ts of fursuit interaction. They look adorably fluffy, don't they? That was not fluffy enough. They look fluffy, don't they? So, you encounter a wild fursuiter. What do you do?
Show my fursuit ball.
One of the most important things to realize is that their vision is bad. Show me your cone of vision. In fact, many times if you're standing directly in front of a fursuiter, they can't see you. You need to stand slightly off center. Also, distance vision is not very good. Tell me, is this about your vision range, or do I need to be closer for you to identify who I am? There we go. This is as close as you need to be to get their attention visually. Also, hearing is not great. They haven't heard a word I said this entire time. Ultimately, senses are dulled when you're in a fursuit because it's a combination of foam, excitement, and exhaustion, and heat stroke. So, if you see a fursuiter passed out, please alert security at once and they will check on them. If you see one asleep, do the same thing.
Apply cold water!
Now, yes, you call it sleeping, we call it a medical emergency. If you want to get a picture of a fursuiter, first you need to make sure you get their attention. Don't touch them, but you need to make sure that you're in their field of vision, wave, have a camera. That's the one thing fursuiters can see is a camera. When you have a camera and they notice you, ask if you can take a picture. They may say no. If they say no, it might be because they need to go do something like not die. So don't be offended if your favorite fursuiter goes, I can't take a picture right now, and runs off. They may desperately need to get a drink of water. If they say yes, give them a moment to get a pose. Because the last thing you want to do is, hey, can I take a picture? Yes, click. I'm not ready for that. Who's ready for that? And they'll give them a moment to get a pose, take a couple pictures, indicate that you're done, and if you want them in a different pose, tell them. Okay, great, I've got this one. Next pose. Awesome. So that's how you get a picture. Again, don't be upset if they're in the middle of something. Also, if you want to hug, may I have a hug? Make a visual gesture. Hey, can I hug? If the answer is no, you don't hug them. Costumes are not consent. Just because they're wearing something amazing doesn't give you the right to touch them. If they say yes, then you may hug. Hug gently, and as soon as they start to pull back, you release. Easy, just like hugging anyone else. They may ask if they can hug you, either verbally or non-verbally. Important things. Do not tug on the tail. Do not let others tug on the tail. They are often poorly attached, very expensive, and delicate. Look at this. It already has to support the weight of 38 beanbags. It can't take 39. Ears, eyes, paws are all delicate, so treat them with care. Don't roughhouse, don't throw them onto the floor. Be gentle, don't pick them up unless you know them specifically and they have given you explicit permission to do so. Often, I know basically every fursuiter I know has had their back hurt by somebody trying to pick them up. And some suits are not verbal. They can't tell you don't pick me up. All they can do is squirm, and that doesn't help. So again, ask. And if they say no, it's no. You have to get a yes, either verbal or visual, before you can do whatever has been agreed upon. So, thank you both, Splat and Omnom. Thank you. Our time is winding down here, but there are a number of announcements I want to make sure that everybody is aware of. First, has anybody noticed that we have these strange moving stair things in the lobby that go between floors? Those are called escalators. Just like fursuiters, they are delicate. We ask you, please do not jump on them. There's a very important safety feature in them, which is a trip sensor. So if you are flossing around and trip and fall down the stairs when you hit the bottom, it'll detect that and stop the escalator so it doesn't drag you into the escalator. If you jump, the escalator thinks you have fallen and shuts it down. And then maintenance has to come in and make sure that it's not jammed or something before they can restart it, and that takes time and effort, and we don't want that. So do not jump on the escalators, particularly on the down when you reach the bottom. Oh, hey, I'm almost done, jump. No, please don't. Don't hang from the handrails. Just treat them like what they are, moving stairs. One of the new things that we're doing this year, which is very exciting, is that we have a free shuttle between here and 5 other downtown overflows. So if you're any of those overflows, we've got that information posted. You can just hop on that. They go about every half an hour. So you can get from here to your overflows and back without any extra fee because parking is a bit dire this year. If you notice, there are a couple of you. There are a few less parking spaces and all that, especially if you didn't know, the rest of downtown is cheerleaders this weekend. The Dallas Cheerleading Convention, which has like 25,000 people showing up, is the rest of downtown. All of the other hotels are cheerleaders, which means all of the parents want a place to park. So if you're able to use the shuttles that we provide, or DART, Dallas Area Rapid Transit, which is an excellent, Union Station is physically attached to this building. Train and bus, and it's like a $5 per day pass. Any ways you can use public transit, including our private option, are preferable. Something very, very important, especially with some of the concerns about health going on right now, is 621. You may have heard this before, but you may not know what the purpose is. 621 is the convention. It specifies that minimum per day you should get is 6 hours of sleep. Yes, 6 hours of sleep. Wow. 2 full meals and a shower. The last one is not optional. I don't care. The reason for this rule is not just so that you can be awake, alert, and have fun. It's also because if you don't follow that rule, it suppresses your immune system a little bit, which means that you are more likely to get con crud, and you're more likely to share that with your friends. And that is the one gift you don't want to give them. So again, 621, 6 hours of sleep, 2 meals, 2 actual meals, a Pop-Tart does not count, a meal, and 1 shower. And that's for your safety and those around you. Plus, you're actually awake and alert so that you remember the convention instead of, it's Monday, what happened?
So preferably different flavors.
Something I should point out, I'm bad with numbers. If you notice the front of the pocket schedule, it says that it's 2019. I'm sorry, I was not following 621 that day.
You got a bid count on them, right?
Yeah, we had all the covers left over from last year, so we should reuse them. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that yeah, that's me. This is 90% feather, I'm a griffin. One important thing to remember is that we run a clean room contest. We want to help try to minimize the impact on the housekeeping staff. So every day, the housekeeping staff will be keeping note of any rooms that are particularly clean. If you take care of your room, they'll make a note of that, and then at the end of the convention, they will select one of those people to win a refund on your room if you're staying in this hotel, up to 3 nights of standard room. So if you're in a suite, we're going to give you 3 standard nights refund on your room. So keep your room clean, be nice to the housekeeping staff, and you've got a chance to have your room paid for. Just mentioned a little earlier, but charity does have a raffle going on, and if you want the premier Furry Fiesta 2021 experience, buy a raffle ticket, and that can give you, first, a night stay at Care next year on Wednesday night with all sorts of food and giant kitties wanting very much to play with you. Then you get here, you get a super sponsor membership comped, and you get 3 room nights here comped. So if you want that, you can either sign up online or swing by the Care booth in the dealer's den, and you've got a chance to get that, a $20 entry for 10 tickets, and they've got a couple other options. So I highly recommend, if you want next year completely covered, there's an option for you. And that money goes to charity, so that even if you don't get selected, you're helping out this amazing charity that takes care of these big animals. Again, we have, one other thing to note, we have free on-site HIV testing. The hours are in the guidebook. Know your status, know the status of your partners. We just want to make sure that everybody is safe and having fun. So that is an option available for you, and that's just part of being an adult, is know your status. Guidebook, I mentioned it a little earlier. Our pocket schedules have a few errors. The date is one of them. But others can pop up because panelists aren't able to arrive, or something goes on, or something gets canceled, things happen, we may need to move rooms. The most up-to-date schedule you can find is through the Guidebook app. If you go to the iOS or Android stores and search for Guidebook, you can find the app. In that app, you can find the 2020 Furry Fiesta guide. It has all of the up-to-date information for everything there. Not only that, but one of the things we really like is that it allows you to leave event feedback on any particular event. So you can go, I loved this guy, or I hate this guy, or this guy put the wrong date on this pocket schedule. You can share with us your feedback so that we can try to make sure that next year we put on a better show. We're always trying to improve, because ultimately it's about you. We want you to have the best Furry Fiesta you possibly can. So let us know how we're doing. If we make decisions you don't like, let us know. But more importantly, if there's something awesome that you see, tell us so that we can improve, return, and make bigger. One of those areas that we wanted to make bigger this year was video game room. There was a lot of demand for it. It used to be in Cotton Bowl on the 3rd floor, tiny room, packed all the time. We heard you, so we've made it much bigger. It is now downstairs, right next to where dealer's den is. It's now sharing the space with laser tag. Laser tag is returned, because that was also popular. So if you find something that you love, tell us so that we can make sure to bring it back and make it bigger. So with that, I just want to say that Furry Fiesta 2019 is officially open. Thank you.